Hello, my name is Tom Lake and I'm absolutely delighted to be part of the Silk family here. Today I'm going to talk about my journey from a very small coastal town in the UK called Barnstable, which nobody knows, all the way to living in Shanghai, which is possibly the best city in the world. So when I first decided to come to China, I shamefully admit that I didn't know anything about the country. I knew about the Great Wall and I knew about the pandas and the terracotta warriors, but I knew very little else. All of my friends were saying to me, "Oh, you're moving to China, you don't know the language, how will you survive?" And that question is still being answered now. My Chinese is better, it's not great, but I can communicate and I can get by in the country. I really remember my first entrance into China. In my old job, my then boss picked me up from Pudong Airport. And I remember taking the taxi from Pudong to Hongqiao, and he was trying to talk to me the whole time, but my head was just out of the window like this, just staring at the building. I remember seeing the Bund skyline and I just couldn't stop looking at it the whole time. I was just watching the whole time. I also remember getting on the bullet train for the first time, on the G train from Shanghai to Changzhou. And again, it was so different to what I was used to. I was used to a small, dirty, 4-carriage train, and now I'm sitting on a bullet train which goes around 300 kilometers an hour, and it's just a completely different world. Something I'll never forget. I first came to Silk in 2018 when I did my CELTA here. I think that during the current climate, we have to talk about COVID-19 and the impact it has had on everyone. The lockdown and having to go to online teaching was really tough. Something that I hope we never have to do again. But I've never felt like I want to go home, or I wanted to quit, or I wanted to go back to my family. I actually think that here is safer than anywhere in the world. The job by the Baoan at the university has been fantastic as well. They're very strict, they have your card and your Face ID works, and it definitely makes me feel safe and secure. I think a huge amount of credit should go to those people who have kept us protected over the last year and a half.
Outside of work, it may be hard to believe by looking at me, but I'm also a keen runner. I've done lots of different Spartan events, 10Ks, half marathon or two. I'm also an experienced traveller. I've been to over 80 countries, and when I came to China, I made it my mission to see the tourist places such as Beijing, Xi'an and Chengdu as quick as I could to get an appreciation for the culture. I truly believe that China is one of the only countries that can offer everything. If I want snow, I can go to Dongbei most of the year. If I want greenery and mountains, I can go to Zhejiang. And if I want desert and wilderness, I can go to places like Ningxia. Each of these areas of the country have their own charm. And with COVID-19 being controlled so well by the Chinese government, I'm really looking forward to drawing more lines on my map of China.